Hi guys, this is sales training number, I think 2425, but either way, we'll just flash it out. I'm going to go over something today, and I think I'll be rather quick. I'm not fully written out, got kind of trapped at the end of the month, but I did make some rough notes, and I know where I want to go with this up here, and I hope it helps. We're going to go over a basic concept of words matter. My wife will tell me that because she tells me I got to quit swearing all the time, but that's not the aspect I mean. The aspect I mean is words matter. Things matter. I'm going to say that for a second. I'll give you an example, and this is one I heard a couple days ago, and I loved it, and it's what got me here, and I'm flowing with it. They say there was a researcher once, and he took 2 cups, and he took a bottle of pure spring water, completely sealed and open. And he poured it in the cups. But he taped a label to the cup. And on this one he wrote the word sparkling. And on this one he wrote the word poop. And in front of people he wrote the label, taped it to the cup, opened the bottle of water, poured the same amount of water in each cup, and then ask people to take one and have a drink. I know what's run through your head, exactly what everyone did. Everyone drank from this one. When asked if they would please take a sip from the other, most refused. It's same water. You know it logically. You do. And yet, same as me, my throat would close a little taking a drink out of this one. And I watched it happen. This one I gladly would. And if anything, here's a really fascinating thing. There's a little part of it that might tense up just a little bit purely because I know the same water went into each, and I run the risk of this one being tainted by that. Pause and think about that for a minute. If anything, you have a slightly negative connotation to the sparkling because the same water is shared with the one that said poop, whereas this should be irrelevant because they are both the exact same perfect clean spring water. That is the power of a word. That is the power of association. That is incredible. Think of that, guys. Think of the magic. Think of the mystery. Think of the power we humans give association of words. They flow with. Why do banks historically are famous for giving out titles, not raises? Because president has value. President has power. It has prestige. Cash can't spend as far as that can for most people. And you laugh? Think for a minute about sparkling versus poop. Okay? Same water. Same thing. And how it flows. Words matter. And I'm not just talking about sales talk. We'll go through that on another day. I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about labels. I'm talking about what's in your office. And for a moment, I want to talk about logos. Especially, for example, us with the You Build It logo. It matters. It catches the eye. It's phenomenal. It's important. It says what it is. And you know what? Having a little house peak and everything truly brings it home. Every one of us knows it. It's what first attracted us to it. Take advantage of it. Use it. It does matter. It does have place. Don't confuse the symbol. I'm not saying not to use your own custom home. I'm not saying not to have some labeling there, but don't blend them. Don't confuse them. Don't try to sell different things. And if you want to say, oh, you're taking it too far, Bob, don't try to compare my custom to poop, you're absolutely right. But if I am trying to sell sparkling, I don't need to have spring up there as well. Because then they get confused. What's the difference between spring and sparkling? What's the flow there? Which one's better? Which way should I go? And then you open yourself up to the guy next door who's got filtered. Maybe his is better. Well, you ain't even controlling that one. Pick a number, flow with it, and pick the one that's strongest. And this is not an insult to anybody. Your logo's not as good. You know it's not. Market what you have. Use what you have. Let it flow. Think I'm going too far. Let's go over something even easier. I want to discuss words matter a little farther. Association. Let this play in your head. I'm not even going to give you all the answers. I'm going to let you work with a little bit. But I want to think about names. Very common name. John. It's been one of the top 10 for the last 250 years that we've actually tracked names. Why? I promise you, what just ran through your head was one of two. Either an association of a guy named John that you like or liked, and most of you, the Bible. The apostle Jesus loved. I mean, my lands, if Jesus loved him, that's got to be a good name. We associate to the name. And if you think I'm wrong, why are there so many people that have a JR after their name? Why do you name your kid after Pops? If your dad's name was Jeremiah, you're going to name your kid Jerry or Jared, Jeremiah or something. If you don't like it, it'll be John Jeremiah. Why? Because you're trying to have the tie-in. You loved and admired your father. You loved and admired your grandfather. You're going to name your son that because in your mind you're giving him something to shoot for, and guess what? You actually are, because he's going to have the association as well. But you're tying it into it. Now let me ask you a question. A really great name. Extremely popular. 60 years ago. Hope I spell it right. When was the last time one of you considered naming your son Adolf? What's wrong with the name? It was considered a phenomenal name up until 60 years ago. Very, very common. Your husband or your wife would kill you. Your parents would come back from the grave to cut off your knees if you dared. You are a sick, twisted, cruel person if you abuse this. And if you have a son or grandson named Adolf, I apologize to you. But you get my point. Now, I want to use one that's not associated with evil. Same time, going back 50 years, and where I'm from in Oklahoma, this should be extremely common. And any of you wondering, that's because here, ours is Mantle, our great hero of baseball that ruled New York, Mickey Mantle. And he was given his name at about the same time that name was so incredibly popular. The little fella named Walt chose to name his mouse that. Do you know what happened to the popularity of Mickey as Mickey Mouse's popularity grew? And this isn't association a bad thing. People love Mickey Mouse. People will name their car Mickey for Mickey Mouse. We buy Mickey Mouse ears. We watch Mickey Mouse Mouse Club. We love this stuff. I spend a fortune taking my family to his play park every couple years. Okay? But you don't want your kid being cartoon. You don't want your son to be related to, hey, Mickey. No. So you're not going to use it. Words have power. Association has power. What are you tying into? There's a reason that you join the Association of Home Builders. Some few of you join because you actually take advantage of what they do. Some few of you join because you really believe in the power of, what do they call them when you send the guys up to Washington to lobbyists. And you want the lobby that supports your industry. Some of you do it because you're going to have your voice heard, to be involved, whatever they are. Good for you, fantastic. I do know that Build 20 groups, if anybody wants to have a moment, phenomenal, be a huge help to you. Either way, go accordingly. Most of you, whatever reason you joined, very quickly became disillusioned. And you know what you use it for? The logo. I'm a member of the National Association of Home Builders. I'm a member of the Illinois Home Builders Association. I'm a member of the Dallas, Texas Home Builders Association. I don't care. International Builders Association. It helps us to get in the show. Without it, you can't get in. We go every year, and y'all come and see us as well. But it's important. You have to. Better Business Bureau, complete ripoff. It's an absolute scam. They're selling influence. You better pay the $600 a year. And not just for the influence and not the control, because you got to put the stupid BBB on your door. Why? Because it has value. It has inference. It has flow. You may say, oh, this website, Zhejiang Zibo, is the only one. That one's real, and it does real service. And it doesn't matter. People don't know it. They don't associate to it. Words have power. Let them have power for you. I'm going to cut it short. My main point to you is, and I'm blatant here, guys, take advantage. Advertise your logo. Use your logo. Keep it clean. There's a reason we require a sign on your building. There's a reason we require at least one wrapped vehicle, and I strongly encourage more. There's a reason we have set colors and logo situations for you build it job site signs. Use it. It has power. Your associations have power. The names you use have power. Beware your terminology. You want to take this to the next level, and we will someday. Words are magic. Let them be magic. Learn how to use them to influence. Let that start percolating in your head on your own. What signs do you have around the office? What labels do you have? What terminology do you use regularly? What are the words and the flow in your seminars, your presentations, your flip chart, however you do it? Are these ones that have positive correlation? Appreciate you guys. Hope this helped. Have a great day.